Yeah. So this is a multiple intelligence that you see it, and there are a lot of research, a lot of data on this, which says that this is, all of us have our own way of learning, right? Somebody would really love to be learning by the books. Somebody would be really learning by having the fun. Somebody will be doing some activity and learning. So you will see this properties in children very easily. They may not sit at a place for more than a minute or 2 minutes or 5 minutes, and this is completely normal, right? We call it, this doesn't focus, but their learning ability is so fast that they spend 5 minutes is more than enough. So it is okay, right? If they move around after 5 minutes, 10 minutes, give them a freedom to learn, stand up, walk around and learn. So that is absolutely okay. And all the children, you will see some of them learning by the pictures, some will be learning by the books, some will be learning by talking, some would be learning. So there is a different element of each one of them learning. So encourage that. I'm just moving a little faster because we will focus on the max in few minutes. I wanted this to be covered quickly. So I'm just rushing a little bit on some of this slides that I have. Um, Now, how the elements within the cognitive skills, right? What are the five pillars that you see it? What per scientists that they said, in our brain there are various functions that brain learns. So by analyzing, so if you see the backside of the brain, which is more of a visual appealing process, which is basically analyzing it, or in other way, the max is basically, that's where you see the max of a visual approach. So understanding, analyzing, and that's where the max part is somewhere behind the brain. The other element that you see is sensory element, which is basically fine motor skills, hand and eye coordination, and all that is the middle of the brain. The lower part, which is above the neck, is what scientists say that this is more the. Let me mute the lines. So there are various elements that basically develop the cognitive skills, which is be the reasoning, be the critical thinking, and be the analyzing. The frontal part, which is basically the attention part, is more of a planning process that goes in. So each of the element within the brain are playing a critical role in development of the cognitive skills. Now, how do we develop this, right? How do we improve the cognitive skills? So there are various ways. So we'll just quickly go through, touch upon, so that in case you will certainly have that development process going on with your children as well. So one is the growth mindset, right? There is a fixed mindset and a growth mindset, and there is a lot of scientists. There is still a lot of research going on the growth mindset, which says that as long as you are continuously trying something, you are continuously progressing something, it is what we should encourage, right? Do not encourage the results, do not encourage or provide the negative feedback, especially to children. Let them encourage, so that the encouragement, let them ask the questions, continuously ask the questions. The dialogues with the children is where they will see the growth mindset developing. For example, how do we teach them cycling? How do we teach them swimming? We continuously encourage them that ये होता है, ये होगा, और इससे हम लोग सीखेंगे. So that's when you start talking about encouraging words, they will take a courage and start swimming. They will take the courage to do the cycling and things like that. So bring in that positive approach, bring in that focus that that's a process to learn. We do make mistake, be it maths or cycling or swimming. So growth mindset is absolutely important when we start learning something new. And during the early age, this plays a very important role as a parents or as a teacher, that we continuously encourage them. Let them be wrong, that's okay, but how do we bring them back to the track and explain the right thing is very important there. Second element, which let me move to the next slide. Sorry. So is it okay? I'm just rushing through fast. Is it okay, or I'm going too fast?
That's
Yeah,
fine.
that's fine.
Fine, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, fine.
Thank you. So So what scientists said, when we start thinking and learning, that's when the neural pathways get developed. So when we think about something and get into the problems where the answer could be right or wrong, there is a connection that get developed in the brain. They call it the neural pathways, and that get developed. The more information that you feed in, the better the neural pathways would be, and that's how the brain neurons get developed. And it never talks about right versus wrong. So even the answer is wrong, the brain continuously developed, right? It's not necessary that we have to have a right answer for any of that. So let them explore, let them give the answer, let them think. So our job is let them think, right? So for example, when they play chess, right, they are continuously thinking about it, and that's when the neural pathways of the brain will get developed, right? Now, chess game they may lose, or chess game they may win, but both are equal. As long as they're thinking, their ability to think, their ability to focus will improve. And that's the main role of we as a teacher or as a parent, so that they start thinking, and then they get developed over time in that process. The second element, which also is explained by some of this, is the spikes happens, right? When you see the spikes, this is where you see the neurons, the cells get connected across, and the information is passed from one cell to another in the brain. So this is the snipes that you see it. This is where the information gets collated. This is where the information from one cell to another cell is passed. Now, this is where when they do the same thing again, this is also called as memory. So snipes also help to reinstate the older things, and this is where the memory gets developed. The more they do it, the better they get it. The more they do the problem solving, the better skills in the brain, and the better neurons they will develop. Um, the second activity is how do we develop the cognitive skill is the brain exercise. Now, as doing a simple exercise, doing a logical puzzles, doing a Sudoku, chess, anything to do with the writing, or even talking about some problem, how do we solve that problem is all about the brain exercise. So do more, and it could be done in a simple way. I'll show you a lot of games that you can play with them that will really help them to start their brain exercise, right? So again, it is not about right versus wrong, but more about how they start thinking and developing that mindset. The healthy lifestyle, this plays very important role, and this was the Boston University have done the research. Now in the inset here, the first picture is basically this is to do with the healthy lifestyle, this is to do with the exercise. The first picture, which is the resting brain, that you see the oxygen, the small that you see the red dots are the blood cells that are moving, and this is where, which is a resting brain, the first inset, that you see very less movement in terms of the blood cells in the brain. And the second one is the activated brain, which is properly healthy diet, health, and proper exercise, sleep, and all of that. And this you see the oxygen molecules in the second one, which is depicted in these blue dots here. So this oxygen molecules, when you do the proper activities, proper exercise, healthy diet, this is where the brain cells are activated. You see the proper sleep, proper exercise pattern, the brain is really active and really functioning well. So it is important for all of us, we as a parent and we as a teacher and the student, that we have this exercise daily, have a proper diet daily, and have a proper sleep. All these three are absolutely important. Now, if you do the exercise, the diet will get better. If you do the diet and exercise, also linked to the water intake. So basically, what we are saying is that focus on exercise, have a regular schedule of exercise for yourself and for the whole family, not only for yourself, but for the child as well. Have that exercise without fail, right? Absolutely important. There are a lot of data, a lot of scientists, they have shared in terms of how the brain get developed. This is also to do the oxygen intake in the brain. So have this as a mandatory process. It is equally important as your academic process. So when the child is active, his learning ability will be much faster. they'll understand the concept much faster. So do not skip the sport, do not skip the exercise any day, right? It's for yourself as well. It really helps in the long run. And you may not see the change immediately, but over time you will 100% see the improvements in the thinking abilities, in the confidence. And we have had on a, we see amazing results of the activity, that the children, those who are regular at exercise and those who are not regular, we see amazing change in them. And you will see the change if you get them involved on a daily basis. Be regular. And it is also a request to you also, that you do it for yourself. You do it first, then the whole family will start doing it. So do not skip this, do not ignore this. This is must have. Equal, or maybe give a early age, give a more weightage to exercise and all of this than the academic also. And their academic will improve as they go along. And the fourth element is the mindfulness, which be it the social, be it the teamwork, be it the self-awareness, and all of that. So all this basic element that you we teach them, that plays the mindfulness role in them. So this is all about the cognitive abilities. So I'll go to the main topic for today's Max. So any question before I switch topic to Max is fun? Anything you want to share, views, anything?
You were talking about some games that we need to play with the kids, which will improve their cognitive skills. Can you tell us that?
Yes, yes. So everything that I cover is all around what we covered so far in terms of hands-on activity. So I'll switch the topic that will cover as you asked, right? How do we play the games? What kind of games? How do we teach them as we play? So it's not only about fun, but they also have to learn the academic process. Now I'm switching the topic to what is Max. How do we make the Max fun? So whatever that you see it is our last few years research that we have been collating data, and trying to work with the kids from preschool to grade 10th now. And we continue to improve this. So there are some elements that you may have seen it earlier. There may be some changes to that. So just please go through this. I'll run through, and I'm sure you will also take this to the next level when you start doing this. So the basic three rules that we look at when it comes to the Max is: early age, consider Max is a fun activity. Max is not about the traditional approach of doing Max, paper, pencil, or a board, or we teach them and they get it. So it is not about the traditional way of teaching Max. It is all about the fun. So early age, there are so many processes that you have. Let them enjoy the learning process. Let them have fun. So we will see what is Max is fun. So that the first rule is Max is fun is not about a traditional way of learning. Second is uh, fundamentals, right? Let them, as we talked about, thinking abilities, right? So when you give them a problem, like for example, 4 plus 2, right? They may say 7, they may say 9, they may say 8, they may say 10, right? Now the important thing is that did they think about it when we give them a problem? 6 plus 2, did they think about it? Did they try to add it? Now, as long as they do it, right, it is more than sufficient, right? So the answer could be 7, 8, 9, 10. It is all right. As long as they start thinking about it, tomorrow when they do the same thing, they will get it right. Or maybe we have not explained to them that they have understood that. So that could be the reason that they are giving a wrong answer. But wrong answer or right answer is not a worry in this case. What the most important is, are they thinking about it? Are they trying to solve that puzzle? That is most important, and that's when the cognitive abilities will get developed. So do not focus on right versus wrong, but focus on thinking. Are they enjoying the process? Are they thinking about it? So that's the most important thing. In our Indian context, we want them to be right, right? So avoid that. Right is also good and wrong is also good, as long as they start thinking about it. So appreciate that they have given an answer, be it 7 or 8 or a 9. Everything is okay as long as you appreciate. Let them enjoy the process of learning, and that's when you will see the spark in them. You will see the they coming back and working with you and learning with you continuously on this. And the third point is also related, that we want to test them, right? We continuously want to test them that whether my whatever I have told 6 plus 2, we test them then in their ability whether they have given a right answer, and then we have a lot of groups within the group that we will ask them that my child is able to add this, and as soon as he gives the wrong answer, we all get demotivated. So do not test. It is not required to test. We don't need to assess them. They have much better IQ than our generation, right? So this generation, and in fact, the scientists are saying that every generation IQ is much better than the previous generation. So we don't need to test them on IQ. We certainly need to help them on emotional and many other value propositions that we should offer. But no testing, no assessment on some of this that we should avoid, or giving the judgment actually. So let us look at it, right? I'll skip some of this as we talked about already. Now, there is also a Singapore way of learning maths. In Singapore, there are three pillars that they talk about, which is called a CPA. So C stands for concrete, P is for pictorial, and abstract, right? Now, just to explain you these three concepts, so concrete is all about the objects, right? Where you can touch it, feel it, test it, and count it and all of that. Pictorial is all about pictures, and abstract is where the way we have learned mathematics, right? So we have learned mathematics on a piece of paper, or not writing the notes, and memorizing a lot of those numbers and sums and all of that. Now, just to give you the example of this CPA, look at this picture. Now, C is the one which he is having the count on the plate. He is having the biscuits which he can count. The pictorial is where he can see the whole number is 6. You have a part 5 and 1. And abstract is where you can see 6 minus 1 is equal to 5, right? So if I were to ask you as a child, right, which one would be the most preferred for a children in all the three methods, CPA? Which one would children love? Or
Concrete.
Concrete. Concrete one. Concrete.
so concrete is the best way of teaching maths, where they can count it. They don't need to memorize it, right? They can touch the biscuit 5 times and say, okay, 5 biscuits. I have taken one, so remaining is 4, or taken 2, remaining is 3. So it is touch it, feel it, count it. So there is no reason to memorize anything in this. They can count it 10 times and get that number. So this is the way of practical hands-on learning. Correct. Now the second one, once somebody like is gone through multiple process of counting this through the objects, now you can take them to the pictorial process, which is basically showing them a picture of a number or an object, like say for example 6 chocolates, 6 balls, or and then they can look at this picture and count it. And then you take to the level which is 6 minus 1, then they can get those, imagine those balls or whatever it is, and then and start to do the abstract way. So if we do the A, B, and C approach, right? If we go first to A and then B to C, child will get confused. So always try as far as possible to do the concrete way. They will love it. Children will never come to you and say that, okay, max is bored. They will, every time you try it this way, they will love it, they will enjoy it, and they'll come to you that, let us do the max. They will skip the rest of the subject. So try it this way, as many objects as they can. And I will also show you how do we do this at home, so that you can explore a lot of this thing. Now moving on. So this is all about CPA, which is the main prime framework of Singapore methods. Talk about the object, and then the pictorial, and then the abstract way of learning. Now, there are three things, right? They have developed, or probably it's in our Indian max process also the same way. There is one thing called as 10 frame. So it's a group of 10 objects, group of 10 stakes, group of 10. So every number lines, like say for example 1 to 10 to 20, 30, 40. So that's a number 10 frame that we will see what it is. There is also a number bond, which is basically breaking the number into 10 frame and the ones. And how do we use these two techniques to play with kids, right? So let us look at the first one, which is 10 frame. So 10 frame is something like you have a cell, it's in a simple frame, 5 in the first row and 5 in the second row, right? Now in this, you can put one dot here. So if you have this kind of thing on the paper or on a board or wherever it is, you can take a Lego block where you can ask the child to put one bead here, right? The first one. Let me show you this. That will help you to understand what I'm saying. So look at this. So suppose there is nothing right now. So it is called as I do not have any ones or I do not have any tens in this, right? Now suppose I want to put one cell here. So it could be one. You can use a Lego or a chickpeas or whatever is available at home. You can make this 10 frame, and now you can put one dot here to say I have filled one block here. Now how many are filled up in this and how many are empty? So child will count that I have filled up one, then 9 are empty in this, 4 here and 5 here. So they will count it with each block. They can put the finger and say, okay, 4 are empty here and 5 are empty in this second line. Similarly, when you put up two blocks, right? When you put two coins in this, or a two Lego or a two chickpeas, anything that you can use which are easily available and countable object in this. So there you will say, okay, two are filled. I have 3 open in the first row and 5 open. So I have 2 and 8. So it's basically a family of 10 is what they're learning. So it's a breakup of 10. So 10 consists of 3 and 7, 2 and 8, 5 and 5 and all of that. So this way they will start to understand what is 3, what is 4, what is 5, what is 6. So this is basically breaking the number, and in a group of 10 we are breaking and teaching them. Now I filled up 10, right? I filled up 9 and only 1 is empty right now. So the frame of 10, when it gets filled, then oh, this is the whole block of 10. Now, if I have a number 11, then you take one more frame, right? If I have a number 11, take 10 frame and then one more. So likewise, they will start to understand then that my one frame is filled, which is equal to 10. And then I'll go to the next one, which is adding one more number. Keep adding this number. So that way they will start to understand up to 20 and then, beyond 20 and so on. Now, the important is go slow in this approach, right? We don't need to really go as long as they are absolutely comfortable with number 10, up to number 10, which is the families of 10, like say 2 and 8, 7 and 3, 5 and 5, 6 and 4, 7, all of that is the families of 10. So once they start to understand the families of 10, it is very easy for them to go beyond 10, very easy to go beyond them to 20 and things like that. You will never realize when they will reach 100 and thousands. But just focus on the first basic fundamental that the 10 families are 2 and 8, and so play only the first frame as we talked about. So play only this frame first for a few days. Let them be comfortable, let them enjoy, and then you go take them beyond 10. So this is the process that they will start to understand it very well. They will start to enjoy. You can do this paper cutting also in a round or a square, and you play with this frame. We can share the printing material also. You can print it, and we have all this material in printable form. If you like it, you can print it yourself. We can share the printable PDF format. Just ask for it, whatever that you feel is required. We will share this as it is also after this session in all the groups, so that you can explore this. So this is just a 10 frame, right? So you can have it 10 frame, 20 frame, 30, and and so on. So that is the first element. Second element is the number bond. So in doing all of that, it is very important that we don't rush to anything in this. So if child doesn't want to go beyond 10, it's okay. Let them enjoy this. We will do it next day. We will do it day after. But do not enforce them to learn it. Let them enjoy it. They should not even feel that they are learning. So that's the environment that you play with them. They will absolutely love Max way of learning this way, right? Now, let me show you the number bond also. So the number bond that you see it here, let me open that also, just a minute. Okay, so the number bond method is also, yeah, okay. So number bond method is nothing but breaking the number, right? It's like, say for example, any 2-digit number, which is 11, 12 to, any number above 10. So how do we break that number, right? So like say, what we teach is basically 12 is nothing but 10 and 2. So one frame of 10 and additional two ones. So in other way, you can look at this picture, right? So if I have a number 18, what I would do is to start playing with number 18. So there they know that I have a 10 and 8. I have a 10 and 2 for 12, 10 and 4, 10 and 5, 10 and 6. So that's where we start to break the number. This is called as number bond, right? So if, for example, if they have 104, so 100 is one element, which is 10 tens of tens, and then you have a 4 ones. So that is 104. 24, you have 10, 10, and 4. So that's how they will start to learn it that way. And we play, you can use the chickpeas actually. You all would have chickpeas available at home, and children's love, or rajma dana, right? So you take a bundle of rajma dana in a plate and ask them to count, take out 18. So, sorry, I'm just muting. I was getting a noise. So if you have, let's say, number in the same case, right? You are seeing a number 24, right? So what you can teach them is 24. How would you take out? So the only rule here is a plate can have only 10 chickpeas maximum. A single plate cannot have 11 chickpeas. They can have maximum 10 in a plate. So that's the only rule that we have in this. Rest all there is nothing, right? So 24, you ask them to take out 10 here, then they take out 10 here, and then they take out the remaining here. So they will never go wrong when they take 10 and 24, 4. So they will always be right in terms of taking out this chickpeas in this order. So once they start to understand the 10 frame, they start to do this very well. And afterward, we can teach them how do we add this, right? How do we add this using chickpeas? So let me show you this also. Now, say for example, what we teach them is, let me explain this. Suppose we want to teach them addition of, let's say, number 23 and number 11. Okay. Now, what we do is let them take out chickpeas in one plate, maximum 10, second plate, maximum 10, and third place 3. So this is we keep them, ask them to take out 3 plates on the left side. Right side, they'll take out 10 and 1, right? Now what we do is to ask them to combine ones and ones, right? So 10, they will keep it one side. They don't mix it, right? So 10, 10, they will keep it here. All one side is all 10, 10, plates which is having 10 chickpeas, and they will take out 3 chickpeas, one chickpeas here. So now they know I've got 3 plates which is having 10, 10, 10, so which is basically 30. And once we ask them to combine. So remove one plate, once they can combine, they can pick up 1 chickpeas from here and combine it to this, right? So this will have 4 chickpeas. Now you can ask them to count. This is 10, 20, 30, and here they will have 4. So this way, they will start to get the addition of ones and ones to make it 4, and 10, 10, 10, 30, and then remaining plate is having 4. So this way, you will 100% see that they are responding to you, they are enjoying the addition process, and they are loving this max learning way. And slowly, you take them to the number which is above. So first play with only 10 up to 10 digits, right? Let them play with only 10 up to 10. And also do not do the negative first, right? The subtraction part of it. Do only addition. If they are extremely smart or extremely not smart, extremely good at addition, then you take them to 20, then they take them to 30, then 40 and beyond that. No subtraction is not required. Subtraction, multiplication, division are the byproduct of addition. So do not do the subtraction, do not do the multiplication, do not do division, nothing, not required. As long as they are extremely good at addition first, then you take them to the next level, which is subtraction, and then the multiplication, and then the division. Let it take time. As long as they are really good at addition, then you explore the subtraction. And subtraction is basically taking out the chickpeas from the existing bowl or existing plate. So we don't need to try that. First, let them go through the addition, simple addition process. So any question till this point? I will go into the other topics after this.
No. No, sir.
Sir, I have one question. Uh, just now you told that even if they are answering something wrong, it
Yes.
is okay. But how, as a parent, we should respond to our
Yes.
child? For example, 2 plus 3 is saying 6. Then what should I say to him?
So
First is
I tell
appreciation.
them
It's
great. I tell them good. I
good.
tell them it is good. Yeah. And
Okay.
yeah,
Now,
I
now
take
the
a lot
question.
of classes in one and all. For me, it is a good thing because see what they are doing right now is they are learning already for the next level. This is they are at the senior KG level right now, and we are
Uh-huh.
taking them already to 10 and beyond, and then all of that. In our time,
Uh-huh.
we used to recognize this number. We never used to have the addition at this age, senior KG age. We are way ahead in terms of what we are teaching them. Secondly, as we talked about the cognitive development, our focus is not about right versus wrong, right?
Yes, sir.
We,
Yeah, I understood the concept. I understood that our focus is just their thinking part. But once I say good, the child will ask, maybe he will ask that it is right or wrong.
hmm.
And that on that stage, what should be
Yes.
our response?
So do it the way if you have an object way of learning, right? The way we do with
Huh.
space. Give them 4 countable object or 3 countable object and 2 countable object of different color. Don't use the same color, right? So for
Okay.
example, in your problem, you said 3 plus 2, right? So in
Uh-huh.
my case, if you have a Lego block which is 3 green color and 2 yellow color, you give it to them and then you count with them saying that okay, let us keep the finger on 1 2 and 3 and then add this 2. They will never go wrong in this.
Okay.
So that is what the practical way of learning that they will do it, because if you write it on a notepad 3 plus 2, it is basically memorizing number 5.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't want to do it on a piece of paper. Let them do this. And there are many of this in our Indian household. There are so many countable objects in your kitchen are available, spoons and so many plates and small katoris. You can give them a different object every time. Chickpeas, the bigger chickpeas, or the rajma dana, different size. You can in fact say that dana is one rajma dana is bigger, one is 10 and a small chickpeas is 1. So you can mix and match and even try a lot of experiment with this. Um, the idea is that do it by practical. The addition, see,
Okay.
we also get confused with what is Singapore way of learning, or so max is max, be it Singapore or US or India, right? So addition will remain same. Only the way of addition may differ, right? How do we learn to add those numbers? So that is what we want to explore and let them enjoy that learning.
Okay, sir. So basically, practical approach and
Yes.
experiential approach.
Yes,
Okay.
I
Thank you,
will
sir.
also show you the and this can take if the child is responding to you pretty well, right? If they are like say for example, if they are adding this 23 and 11, let them play with chickpeas. Give them a small numbers first to begin with. Let me go to the first level first, right? How do I start, or how do we start with the small kids, right? Now, let's say we are teaching them mental max, right? I'm just going to the switching the topic. We do not have a chickpeas, we do not have a Lego block. We are just sitting in a car, or how do we play max in a car? So what you could do is, let's say we are adding 4 and 4, right? We want to teach them 3 plus 2. So first you teach them the index finger is 1 2 3 4 and 5, right? That is the one hand. Then you bring in the 6 7 8 9 and 10, right? Now suppose you are teaching 4 and 4, right? So you ask them one hand 4, another hand 4, right? And then ask after 4 start counting 5 6 7 and 8. So this they will learn up to 10 addition with the fingers only, right? Second is now you go beyond 10, right? So if you have a number that you see it on a screen is, let's say, 8 and 4, right? So what we tried with multiple students is we ask them to keep the number in the brain here. We tell them that keep one hand in the mind on the head here and say, okay, number 8 is stored in my mind, and then in the other hand you take out 4 fingers, right? So after 8 start counting. We have to tell this way that start counting after 8, start counting after 8. So when they store the number 8, then you start after 8 is 9 10 11 and 12. They will never go wrong, because this is also basically you're mixing an object and memory in this process. Now suppose we want to do addition of, let's say, 10 or 12 or 11, right? So let's do this, right? So suppose you have a 12 and 14 that you want to add. In a the best way to do this is the way which we just saw it here. So 12 and 11, they can take out 12 chickpeas on the left side and right. Let me show you this. Just a minute, let me show you this. Let me mute the line. So I'm getting some noise actually. Yeah, so let me stop this. Let me share this video that we recorded to show you that. So this is the addition of 14 and
16. So
are you able to hear the voice?
With the number bond.
Are you able to hear the voice?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes.
So this is the addition of 42 and 16 that you can teach if they are gone through the process that we just explored. If they have understood the basics of families of 10, addition of the way I said mind and hand and all of that. And after a few weeks, you can try this approach. Let me maximize this so that you can see it clear.
Method. So we will break both the numbers. 42 means 40 and 2. 40 can be divided into 4 tens. 10, 10, 10, 10. 40 and then 2. So let's first collect chickpeas for 42. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 and 10, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 30. 10, 20, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10, 20, 30, 40. 40 and now 2 more. 1, 2. So this number is ready. 10, 20, 30, 40, 2, 42. Now we have to make 16 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Eight. These are 8. So 58. Answer will be 58. 42 plus 16 is equal to 58.
So this is basically a learning through the chickpeas, and assume that they make a mistake, right? 6 plus 2, they don't count it 9, they say 7. That's okay. As long as they are near zone, they are getting to understand that plate contains 10. So 10, 10, 10, they'll get time to understand, get to 50, and then go beyond. So there are very less chances of making mistake, but even if it makes, right, that is okay. We will do this multiple times, and they will do this so well, and they'll be much faster than us. Picking up the chickpeas and doing it, this activity is really fast when they do it next time. Afterward, once they get master to this, you start to say this, start thinking this in the mind and play this in the mind. So when you don't have a chickpeas in your car, you can ask them to add the same number by imagining this number, plates, and adding the ones and ones together and give that answer. So after a practice, you will see them responding to you. But the most important element in this is keep it fun, not in terms of it has to be right, it has to be fast, it has to be not required. The speed is not required. Let them be slow. Let them enjoy the process, and then and do this. So there was also a method that I wanted to share. Let me see if I have it right now. So wait a minute. So I think someone also asked, how do we make it fun, right? So there are various ways, right? There are multiple ways that we can make this a fun activity. Let me share this. Yeah. So how do we make things fun, right? There are, and number of items that you can try it at home. Giving them a lights. For example, you are sitting in a car or watching something, and you have 5 minutes. So what you can game that the way you can play it. Make a story saying that okay, we are in a birthday party. We are giving 2 chocolates to your friend. Now start counting how many chocolate we are giving it. So we gave 2 chocolates to one of your friend and 3 to others. So start counting how many we have given. So then they will start applying this in the brain, saying that okay, 5 chocolate we have already given. New friends comes in, we give 2 chocolates more. So you start counting again 7. Then you start okay, one more friend comes in, we have given them 3 chocolates. Now we have reached 10. Now we give 2 more to another friend, 2 more to another friend. So that way, till they are comfortable, give them the mind process of adding this. They will love it, right? Working with you, and you are also involved. They are also involved. So in this process, you are interacting with them and they are playing with you. So this is the play. They will not consider this to be a max game, right? This is the fun that you are having. So give them a chocolate. So they have to keep adding the numbers. Now then you say, that, okay, I take it back. From 13, I take 1 back. How many you will have? Take 1 back, take 1 back. So that way you're taking it forward, taking it backward. Similarly, you can take the number which is skipping the number. Now let me open this, just a minute. So this skipping number chart that is really good. Kids really enjoy this chart. There are many puzzles also I have, or we can share all of that with you. So this is the chart that you can play with them. In this chart, what we do is you can tell them that let us play a skip counting game now, right? So suppose I am at number 2 here, right? I am at number 2. Now you want to play the game of skip counting. So I will skip one number. I will roll the pen. So I will roll the pen from 2 to 4, and they have to see this and read the number with you, right? So 2, 4, skip the number, keep going to the further next number. Skip the number, keep going. So you from 2 to 100 that you will skip like this, right? So once they are comfortable with the forward skip number, then you start backward. So then you can play, okay, let us play 100 backside. So 100 to 98, 96, 94, 92. Likewise, that you can roll back and they read the number, or you ask them to roll the fingers on this. So that way they will start to get better understanding of the number, start playing with it. Now, similarly, you can play a lot of games on this. Say, for example, you pick up any number here, right? So let's say number 5 here. So ask them to pick up any number. Let's say they pick up the first line number 5. Now you ask them to add number 10 to this, right? So what they will realize when they add number 10 to this, the number is just below that number. So 5 plus 10 is just below, 15 plus 10 is just below, 10. So all the numbers are in sequence just below. Now suppose you have to teach them number 11 addition, right? So so they have already added 5 plus 10, which is 15. Now you want to teach them addition of 11, 5 plus 11. So you have already taught them 11 is 10 and 1. So first they can add 5 plus 10 is 15, and then plus 1 more, right? So they can add 10, which is down, and then go right one step. So suppose they have to add 12. So 5 plus 12. So 5 plus 12 is, they know that 12 is 10 and 2. So 5 plus 10 is 15, and then they step to right side. So that and it is very possible that they make mistake. It's absolutely fine. But let them start learning with this way. They will find a little bit different when they learn through this approach. Okay. Now, this is the last thing that I wanted to share before I hand it over to Emma Man was. Okay, now how can we make things fun for them? You know, we talked about puzzles, we talked about many things. So let us look at this also. And this is all to do with cognitive ability. It is also to do with thinking. So, what are the different brain games that you can play with them, right? So these are the puzzles that you can explore. This you can play the same thing with Lego block. You can arrange the Lego in this order, saying that 1 block, 2 block, 3 block, right? Now you have to ask them what is the fourth block. What will be the fourth block in this? This is your Lego gameplay. So you can use your Lego block, arrange it in this order, 3 pattern, and then you say, okay, find out the fourth one. So they will struggle. They will have to see the pattern that I have got a blue and then yellow and then blue, yellow and then blue and then next will be yellow. So they have to make the color pattern and then they have to make the stairs like this. Then you can ask how many additional Lego blocks are required to make the fourth pattern. Similarly, you can play something like this on a drawing, or I can share this PDF. You can play with this, but you can make your own puzzle like this, and you can use the stuff at home. You can use the tiles pattern at home. In the drawing room that you have tiles, you can mark something and say, okay, what will come next? Any of this pattern in a triangle, colors. You can do the coding in any format. Like so, for example, this one you have a coding which is a square in this. So this also you can cut a small piece of paper, different color, and say, okay, I'm arranging it in this form. Tell me what will come next. This is the pattern. And in fact, all competitive exams ask for this kind of pattern. And we don't need to teach them this pattern. We didn't need to play with them, right? Usually what will happen is that we will buy some competitive exam preparation guide or whatever. In that we will play on the piece of paper. That is not required. If we can play in this form, they will understand that I have to think, I have to follow the first picture and second picture and so on. And then I'll find out the fifth picture. So it is an interesting way of making things fun for them. There are many puzzles like playing this way, right? You can ask, just point an arrow that my first arrow is like this, second is like this, third is like this, fourth is what will be the fifth arrow. So pattern way, this make sure that they this kind of activity or puzzles, they have to think, and then they have to follow the process, and then they have to come to the conclusion. This is the best way to get them engaged in interactive way of learning maths. Similarly, this puzzles, this could be done on in your tiles in the hall, or anywhere that you can do it. This could be this is the one which you see below square and the red dot. These are very interesting, and it really they have to engage that. They have to follow the direction. My circle is moved from one to another, and then so our objective is make them think. Our objective is not to get them a right answer. That is what our objective should be. So okay, so then there are many like this. You can make a small triangle and tell how many triangles you see. These are the questions which even comes in UPSC kind of exams. Little complexity, but these are the questions. Our grade 1 and 2 they should do it. So you can ask them how many triangles they see. They obviously will say 1 or 2, and then you have to train them that there are 3 triangles. One is A, one is B, and one is AB put together. So like then we can increase the complexity, and they love this kind of puzzles. You can ask them that once you have trained on this one, they will love to solve this, and ask them to write how many. And wrong is also okay, because they start to focus on your question. They start to think on your question and giving an answer. Right or wrong is not our problem. right?
So
Next time
isn't it too much for a senior KG
they
student?
will love it. They will love it. So do not give anything if they feel they are getting bored. Do not do this. If whatever that I said or covered so far, if you feel this could be the even like say for example level, if they do it, this is more than enough. This one. But I've seen in my experience the grade one easily able to get into this and solve this. So I'm certainly not for increasing their complexity or making things difficult for them, but only for their thinking abilities or only for their fun, not for anything else. So these are the patterns that they do it. Um, then there is one more. Let me like say for example the Sudoku puzzle, or they get this what do you call um, Rubik cube. Those are also good. Chess is also good. So and this Sudoku is for a this Sudoku you can use it for the word number, but instead of that we made it for the pictures or the colors. So this could be made for the numbers also. But if you show it and tell them that all the colors has to be in the line or each block should have a different color, then they will give you the each column should have a different combination. So that's what we'll have to show them the rule and then they'll pick up the this is fun activity for them. I would say this color one is better than the number one. Number one they do get confused, but this color one they really enjoy this. And then there are many puzzles like this that they can love playing with this. So there is also the book that we have shared. Some of you have got it. That's a workbook. So before we get into the workbook, any questions till whatever that we talked about? There are more, but I think we are running out of the time right now.
So I have one question. These days, more of the focus outside, not in the school, but is more on the abacus thing. So how that frame is, helpful right now for addition, just for addition.
Mhm. So abacus. See, we have not tried. At least I'm not kind of. Maybe there are different views. My view is that I don't want to teach the tricks, and I also don't want to focus on the speed. So I want
Okay.
them to enjoy the maths. So hence, my suggestion is only the fundamental and concept and building maths with the fun. And there could be a different view. That is my personal view that I just mentioned.
Okay. Thank you.
I want it to make it fun and see what happens is 1, 2, 3, 4, right? This is the age when they start to enjoy maths. So it is up to us. We can put the instill a fear in them, or we can make it fun. So so we should try to make things absolutely fun for them, especially in maths, so that when they go to third and fourth, they start to love it. Uh, so that's the whole objective that let's build them, let us enjoy the process. And there are many games as I covered some of those with chickpeas and give them an object to play, give them a stories. You can make stories to say, as we were talking about giving them a chocolate and they keep adding in the story. There are hundreds of stories we can make to make things working, and when they start to interact with you, that's when the maximum learning will happen. And slowly we take them to the pictorial way of learning and then the abstract way of learning. They will get it. Yes. Any other questions?
Actually, I was actually about to ask you the same question. Is there any book related to same activity to make it more fun?
Yes. So, see, one book that all senior KG would be given or already given. We have printed already. We have shared it with the students. It's a workbook that we are calling it. but immaterial of that book, we want you to enjoy the way we just did it. So
Yeah.
use this object in that book. Also, you will find lot of puzzles and lot of pattern and lot of. I should open that, right?
Okay.
I have that PDF with me.
Yeah, you can if you can show, yeah.
I'll just show it in a minute. So these are already, I think most of the kids have already got it in senior KG class.
Yes, we have received, sir.
Yes. So what you have at each page, below that page, you will see the. Let me go to the page here. So this is the 10 frame that we just talked about. You can play with it. This is the game that they need to count and find out from this how many are, like, say for example, how many are honeybees in this. So so this they can the way to count it is you want to explain this, Hema? So Hema ma'am has designed it, so she'll just explain this PDF quickly how to use this.
Yeah, we already have it. So yeah.
So she spent a lot of time on designing this, so maybe let her explain this. Yeah, this is the PDF that you want. Yeah, this problem.
Good morning, parents.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
So hope children are enjoying at Colors Preschool.
Yes, ma'am.
And,
Yes, a lot.
yes, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, so we
Ma'am.
focus a lot on science and also on maths. And so designing this was like teachers had their homework notebook. So all teachers had to write in so many notebooks. So we just tried to reduce their work. And one more thing happened was at the bottom there was a place available. So we have taken that place for Singapore maths and some other logical activities which I feel children will love to do. So you can see that at wherever I have like wherever uh, possible, we have tried to add Singapore maths ways so that in parallel even parents are doing these things at home with children. So like this one is each 10th frame has 10 boxes, fill all 5 frames and count the dots. So in this, they understand that 10, 10, 10, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, but with the proper understanding that these are 10 dots in one frame. So this is the beginning. And then here, like, you know, there is one mistake, 14 is not there. So, but when you add, the right way will be, just a minute, right way will be that either make groups of 10 or connect. I mean, if a pen is there, child will connect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 10 ducks together and then remaining. So that way they can do the counting. Teachers will also be explaining how to count using this. Then in this, what is actually 11 means, right? Here, up here, they are connecting the sticks, right? You can see that they are connecting the sticks and then they are understanding like, no, draw 20. Just a minute. Yeah, here they will be adding like place value. Just a minute, I'm not finding the page where like this children are learning in the school, or they have learned in the junior KG, right? That 18 means they will make a bundle of 10 and then 8 loose ones. So here we are doing the same thing, but in the boxes. Like 13 means one full frame of 10 and then 3 loose ones, or 12 will be one full frame of 10 and 2 loose ones. So do one more thing, that teach children to fill in the sequence and go from top to bottom. So 4 means this many, 5 you put a dot here, not here. Okay, so 5 will go, and then 6, 7, 8. So later on, suppose children are seeing this frame, just by seeing the image, they will say these are 8. And then 9 and 10 like this, and 2 more will go in this sequence from left to right. So here you can use this, then continue the pattern. So I hope children will love doing this mental maths. Here also same we have done. 17 means 10 and 7. So this is the I'll just cover the Singapore math things. Other logical things I am sure children will enjoy. Yeah, in this also, children are counting wheels and then they are putting in tens frame. Again, one more opportunity to learn using Singapore maths. And here also you can see that we have told them that this weightlifter can pick up total 10. I mean, total weight 10. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 in this hand. So how many here? So then children can, count and put a sandwich and the lamb. So 3 more will be here. So this is also kind of tens frame activity. This they have learned in junior KG. Here again the practice is given on this tens frames so that Singapore maths can be learned again. One more opportunity. In this also, like, find 2 sets which total 10s. So suppose these are 8, and yeah, in the previous one I wanted to show how you can count 8. So children can just connect. Suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. 8, and then these they can count 2 more. So then they can just connect that this and this together will make 10. So 8 plus 2. When children are doing division up to grade 4, this thing will be very much useful. So this is base of many things. So try to teach them. And this also in tens frame, which number complement each other. So they have done lot of practice. So now 4's complement will be, who can tell me? 4's complement will be, or 4's friend will be in tens frame. Yes, so see, even this with explanation again here it is written that 1 is filled. So how many empty in this? How many empty boxes do you see?
9.
Yeah, so the complements are like in the tens frame, one's complement will be 9, two's complement will be 8, three's will be 7. This they are learning in grade 1 and as well as in senior KG, we want them to learn. So activities around that are given and so similarly up here they had to fill that in tens frame, one's friend will be 9 or two's friend will be 8, but with understanding. So this is what teachers will also explain to children. Again, one more opportunity to do the same with the number bond. Like tens frame, 1 is there. So how many more? So they will fill 9. Again here 10, so 6 and then 4. There are lots of logical activities and I'm sure children will love that. It took more than 1 month to design these things, searching from many other places. Yeah. Okay, so just a minute. And afterwards, we are also going to add um, some of the children who are going to daycare. They must be aware that we are doing addition and subtraction using Singapore math. So that is also that also children will be getting in the next part of this. You will see a lot of other activity for um, going backward. Going backward also, if you teach in playway method, it will help children learn subtraction very easily. So counting backward has also a lot of value. So just a minute, I'll just see Singapore math things only. Yeah, when you will be teaching addition, see children can learn addition from even age of 3 or 4. So don't think that teaching addition in senior KG is too early. Whenever you are giving them chocolates, and then when you give one more, you will see a smile on their face, right? So they know that I'm getting one more, that is addition. And suppose you take away the cookies from their hands or chocolates from their hands, they know that it is getting less. So adding and subtracting, they do understand in a concrete way. Now this is only thing that we are teaching on the paper with numbers, so abstract pictorial way. This is still pictorial way, you can say. 7 and 2 more, so 7 chocolates and 2 more. So connect it with the real life example if possible. uh, then they understand easily and that's why they like it more. So yeah, so number bonds, like 3, suppose 3 is there, so in 3 there are 2 hidden partners, 1 and 2. So this is called number bond of 3. So 3 is 1 and 2, or 0 and 3, or 2 and 1. So now in this sheet, we are trying to take addition with full understanding of number bond. So like 5 and 1, so 6 and 2 more. So children will draw here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and then 2 more. And they will understand that okay, these are 8. That's why 5 and 2 are 8. If you want, you can have such frame made at home on one big A4 size sheet whenever you are doing these type of calculation, and you can then, place some paper coin. You can place paper coins, you can cut it and place it, and children can learn things very, in a practically, they can see, visualize, and then they can um, write. So everything with understanding, that is the main objective. So they can see and understand. So so similar activities are given. Here also, how many more to make 10? Again, the complements they are learning, that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 4 more. So number bond and complements all we have mixed, and more practices with given. So here also you can see how many more to make 10. So such activities are given. So these are all Singapore based methods, and objective is that children should know, like, first we taught about 10. Now here we have taught the number bond of 8, or single digit, or number bond of bigger numbers also will be taught going ahead. So here also they are learning number bonds. Here also with full understanding that 3 and 1, so 4. And that is, we have put it in the tens frame. So I hope children will enjoy these things. Yeah, here also you can see put together number bond. So three sweets are there. If I take out one chocolate, then two are remaining here. So with this also, subtraction with understanding they can do. So that's it from this side. So hope children will enjoy this, and do continue lot of backward counting, because that is the base of subtraction. And so that's why we have put few pages of that. But when you are doing this book, children have brought for homework any page, this lower activity, anytime if the child is interested in doing maybe page number 78 exercise first, and then second page for later, so that you can definitely do as per the child's liking. There is no sequence, fixed sequence that you can, like, tic-tac-toe we have given. And a 3-year-old child can also play tic-tac-toe very easily. So if your child likes to play tic-tac-toe with you, when the child is just on the page number 15, you can allow them. So it is very much flexible, like, copy these patterns. If your child is interested in doing, let him do. The child can finish the lower part as soon as possible also, we don't mind. So there is nothing like they can't do this lower part. So now please will take. Waiting for something else also.
All right, I think we are done.
I just forward and show some.
We'll share the details if there are other details that you hold you for on a Sunday. So thank you everyone. We'll try to share whatever that we covered in either in the same form or a PDF or Word or PPT, and the workbook that you already have.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
So it's on below question number 20.
Yes.
There it says that take the shapes where the halves are filled. And if you see technically, all the patterns have halves filled.
Question number 20. You said I didn't get it. Which question is it? Question number 20. Question number 20. Okay. Page number. What is the page number, ma'am?
So page number is not written on the workbook, but it's below question number 20.
It is moving.
Write the number names.
It just means where the
Yeah, I can. So
And all of them has yes over there.
yes, all of them are yes. Because it's a first stage, we didn't want to confuse. The confusion is in this one, you can see, and in this too. Because
Yeah.
these two are very easy for them to say yes, but this is also easy, but these two are very difficult. So, as Prem sir said that we want children to think. Whether they will give right answer or wrong answer, that is secondary. But the first is they will think, and that is brain's exercise.
Okay.
Yeah, but these three will be a little confusing for them.
Okay, so they just have to like think over that whether they are I mean they're correctly half filled or not.
Yes. And
Okay.
if parents have time, they can even do that, cut this portion. You can do that, just to understand it. And then, connect these two and make a whole circle. They will understand, okay, this is half and this is same for this. You can cut and then turn over. So they'll understand, yes, this is half.
Okay. Thank you.
Ma'am, I would like to ask is this worksheet provided to the school, because we didn't get any worksheet from the school?
Yes, you will get it. This is like, to support teachers, we have done the top part. And either notebooks are given or this is given. So I think if you not receive, then in some time you will receive.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, there might be some printing mistake. This is the first version, but yeah, we are working on it still. Any other question, please, for Prince?
Ma'am, I have a question. When will we get this book?
I think printing has been done.
Yeah, all
for all the centers.
Branches already. All branches it has reached. So maybe they'll start, or some have already distributed, but it will come through. Yes, it will come through.
Can we start solving this book, or is it like we will be getting
The
instructions from school?
For the top part, teachers will give instruction. For the bottom part, today I have shown you some Singapore methods. That also can be taken by teachers, but such activities you can take anytime. Like, you understand and take it anytime.
Okay, thank you.
Actually, so so let them enjoy the process instead of we don't need to give them lot of things, right? Let them enjoy the process and keep that fun element, in that process. Whatever that you do as a part of Max, let them enjoy it. So even without the workbook, that you can play so many things while sitting on a couch and watching something or going in a car. So there is that time you can utilize while traveling, going around, going to see some mall and things like that. So that walking, talking, that you can do a lot of things. So make that as a process, and they will also love it that way. That they're not just doing one activity; they're just going somewhere and using that time. So make that fun activity, and with that you will also see your interaction with them is also going to go improve, right? Otherwise, we as a parent or as a teacher, we say that ye nahi mat karo, wo mat karo. We have no so many times for everything. So make it fun in terms of let us do this together. Your interaction with them will also be at a newer level. You will certainly see the change in the relationship. You'll get to see those better improving over time, and they will start to listen more than usual, others around. Thank you, everyone. Have a great Sunday.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.